Hello and welcome. My name is Lissa. I'm doing the tarot card read a little bit differently today. Um, I decided I'm struggling with like finding the collective or tapping into a certain energy without like direct questions. Um, because that's how I've always used tarot. So I decided today to try and channel and see what spirit wants to talk about, a collective message. My questions were, what do we need to know about this time? What steps do we need to take moving forward? And how can we best align with the current energies and the new ones? Because it feels like we have old energies leaving and new energies coming in, and it's like the melding and the blending and the changing of the two is requiring different requirements. You have to be able to pull in and plan and grow in one direction while you're still letting go of all of the things that you're still letting go of. And I know that's how it usually is, but it seems very enhanced right now to me. So I did channel a few things. I don't know that they answered all those questions. Oh, and pardon me, I broke my glasses this week and I have not gone to go get a new pair yet. So let's hope that they stay on my face. Or at least that I catch them if they go like sideways or anything. But anyway, um, the first question to spirit for me was, what what are we doing? What is going on? What do we need to know about this time that we're currently in? And what I began to get, and I'm going to try and reconnect a little bit now, is that it's limited and it is swiftly changing. You can't see this. You got to trust and being learned now and will come afterward. Can't tell you how long, um, but is nearly here. And then I saw what looked like clouds and stars. But it was interesting because it looked more like a picture within like clouds, but they weren't really clouds. They were really hard to describe, but it was like looking into the cosmos. And so we could see where through the clouds the breakthrough was. And it seemed very, very close. Um, but of course, not quite there. This is my atrocious handwriting. I don't even know if you can see it in that light. Yeah. So let me try and read this. Um, how do we best align with this? Oh, I remember all of this. Yeah, planting. I was seeing someone planting like rows. When you plant a garden, a large garden, you have the rows that you till up, and you go through and you're planting all of the seeds, and one by one, and you just that's how you do it. And so what I saw was someone bending over planting what looked like seeds, but it looked like it wasn't in the springtime. It was kind of a late season to be planting seeds. Like he, he looked like he was rushed up against the setting sun, um, trying to get all the seeds planted. So it feels like you feel like maybe you're behind, or maybe you missed the boat, or you're not going to have a harvest this year. But I think what Spirit is telling me is that you have not missed the boat. That you're not behind. Yeah, you're kind of it's cutting to the wire, but it's not actually behind, and it's still within grasp. Um, Let me see, but it is necessary. Okay, planting seed before harvest looks like a late plant, but is necessary. It does not feel good. So the work did not feel good. I mean, it wasn't like happy seed planting. It looked like tedious labor. But it is necessary for purification to the next level. That meant meticulously clean. I'm not quite sure what that means. Maybe it's meticulously clean of the negative thoughts, of the negative beliefs, or meticulously clean of the old things you had planted. I'm not quite sure what that means. Um, then I saw, like, my question was, okay, that's great. Where to plant? Um, and then what? Like, what else? We're supposed to plant and of course, work the ground. But what I saw was more The same guy that was in the field came back and he had one of those scales, and it looked like he was weighing the seeds, like weighing things of value. Um, and so they measure and decide. It's a time for us to measure and decide the seeds that we want to plant, and the seeds that we don't want to plant, the seeds that need to be left back there. And so it's really measuring and deciding based on the value of those seeds to you, aka the belief system, the goal, or whatever it is, the new life. It's really has. This is a time of balancing it out and figuring out what really is valuable to you and what really isn't valuable to you. What do you want to carry forward and what do you want to leave behind? Um, and hang on to that which you value most. So I think Spirit was really saying it's like pick your top five, you know, and that's just a random number, but hang on to that which you value most and let the rest of it just go. So, my last question was how can we best align the current energies and the new energies that are coming in? How can we, this planting and sowing of the seeds and weighing and valuing, how do we actually do this? Um, and what I saw was a hermit card, and it looked like he was still. Like you still got to go inside. I'm looking for a little timer thing to make sure we're recording. Oh, there it is. 636. Okay. um, so it is still looking in, make plans for the future. And this I think is where the valuing was coming in, where you need to weigh and value what you want, what matters to you. Um, see with apprentice eyes, meaning don't see it with the eyes of experience that you already have. See it from a brand new point of view, like it's something new that you're learning, whatever. I know I hope that makes sense. You have to see it with beginner eyes, like it's brand new because really is brand new. Everything in the past is back there in the past, and you can't go back to it. Um, so you have to see whatever is new and coming with apprentice eyes. Um, what you think you already know. Be prepared to begin the journey. So it sounds, I think what they're saying is we're coming into a final stage of really valuing what we're bringing into the future, what we want to carry forward with us. Um, anything else? My question was anything else we need to know? Sunrise is near, peaking at the horizon. That's what I saw. I heard sunrise is near, and then I saw the rising sun on the horizon. It was beautiful, orange, fiery. Um, Orangey fiery red. If you've ever seen orangey fiery red sunset come up over um, the desert, that's kind of what it looked like. Where it looks like everything is beginning to rise, and the passion and the power and the creativity of the coming day, and where we place that energy. So that's what I got. And interestingly, before I started doing that, I am going to read some cards now. Don't really know we'll see what they have to say. Um, Maybe we'll dive into the actual situation. But before I began doing that, one of these cards popped out from the Clarifying Life Situations deck, and it's a recovery and a comeback, and it's really talking about the same kind of thing. Digging yourself up, coming up through. The sun is beginning. This is really kind of what it looked like. Um, Coming through and seeing the other side of the storm. Um, Find strength and healing as each step forward renews hope and paves the way for triumphant resurgence. So I do think that this read clearly is for somebody who I think you might be in the in between where you're not who you were, but you're not who you are going to be yet. You're not even quite sure who you're going to be is. You're trying to actually figure all of that out. Like, what's next for me? I'm standing here in the in between. Um, let's see what Spirit has to say. Tell me about this situation. Woo! That's too many, and they know it. But it does look like moving on, leaving behind perhaps things that were just chaotic and crazy for you. Maybe the chaos and the crazy was what you knew, and thought that's what life was all about. Or it really is assertive action to leave something behind, to make a new, to create a new path for yourself. I do think that's what it might be. Um, it might be something that you really had to think a lot about, like really doing the inner exploration to figure out how you really feel about a situation, your life, the way things are going, um, all the changes in the world, all the changes in your world. Uh, really had to really kind of wrap your mind around. It feels like you had to wrap your mind around um, the dissolution of the world that you thought you understood, like the belief system. If something rocked your belief system, might have been about you, something you believed about yourself, or something you believed about the world. Tell me about this challenge or obstacle. Ah, yeah, they answered that one. It was a belief about the world and the way that the world operated, and um, how things were, you know? And that can be earth shaking when your worldview beliefs have been rocked to the core. Um, whether it's about the crazy, chaotic world we're in right now, or your own crazy, chaotic inner world, and the sudden awakening of a different belief system. Well, I can see why it would be leave you in the in between, kind of wondering, okay, well, now what? Everything I thought I knew, I don't know. Um, now what? So now what? Well, now what? Knight of Wands. Now you move forward. Now you take action. You become independent. You find adventure in this new life and this new way of being. This new You're beginning a new adventure. That's really what this feels like. But it also feels like we don't quite know what the adventure is. It's kind of one of those right as you go adventures. Um, be careful of trapping yourself with any negative thoughts or anything like that. Okay, toxic ego. Okay, what do you want us to know about this? Ten of Cups is what they want us to know. They want us to know, I guess, that there is. I just saw the Judgment card right there too. Um, I think that they want us to know that, and they keep saying it, and we keep trying to believe. Um, be careful of missed opportunities, which is going to exactly what I was just going to say. They keep saying that the Ten of Cups is coming. They keep saying that they, meaning spirit, that the resurrection, the healing, the rebirth, the joy and the happiness and the fulfillment is coming. And I've been seeing this for 2 years. Um, and at some point you're like, okay, the proof is in the pudding. But I think that they're actually saying to hang on, keep the faith, keep one foot in front of the other. Um, accept the cup that is being given to you. There's the planting of the seeds. I knew he'd show up. Yeah, hang on, hang on, planting your seeds. Keep planting those seeds. Um, it's funny. The longer, not funny, not haha funny, but ironic funny. Um, speaking for myself, when I first began the journey of healing, it felt very optimistic, very near, very like I don't know, there's a lot of joy and happiness in it. And I have come to understand that not all healing is joy and happiness all the time. And confirmation burp, excuse me. Um, and our faith can be tested. There goes my glasses being crooked. Um, it feels like a test, but I don't know that it actually is a test. It's a test for us humans, but it's not a test for spirit. Um, and they're saying hold on and keep planting those seeds. Don't give up yet. Uh, keep moving forward, even if you're not seeing the action here in the 3D world. I got the before tarot out, so maybe we can do a little predictive, but this is getting a little long. How long is this? Yeah, we're at 15, 16 minutes now. No, I feel like I'm in it though. Yeah. Personal happiness and independence. Keep with it. Self mastery is key here. Mastering your own emotions, mastering your own thoughts, mastering your own goals, and how you move yourself forward. This self mastery is the key to your personal happiness and abundance. Um, Internal authority over your life, where you're going, and what you're doing, and it setting your. Look at this. I'm going to wrap it up at this because it's getting kind of long. But we have, I think, as a final note from Spirit here, again, plan for your future. Look forward to what's coming. The ships are coming in. The world. There's so much expansion and growth. We just need to look for it and plan for it. Again, expansion and growth. Planning for expansion and growth, clarity and your wishes fulfilled, and coming into balance once again with a balance. Um, a renewal, and a brand new beginning. But again, showing itself, don't miss the opportunity. It may not look like what you think it's going to look like. So be open to all opportunities during this time. And with that, I'm cutting it short. It feels really short, but it's been a little while. And with that, I love you, and you will get through this. Okay, you'll get through the in between. Keep planting your seeds. Keep making those goals. They will come true. Okay.